Greenings! We're gonna look at all the green cards! Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, and welcome to my 5th video in the series on the Dominaria cards. We are tackling green this time. So, I know some of these videos are longer, some are shorter, depending on how much I go on, so let's dive in and not waste any time here. 1 green, Adventurous Impulse Sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land from among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Every odyssey begins with a single step. Oh, wow. Every journey begins with a single step, which is like a really well-known quote. We made it our own by changing one word. I liked this card until that. I still do. I like the artwork, but the flavor text. Again, the flavor text writers for Magic the Gathering suck now. They're garbage. 1 green, 1 colorless. Ancient Animus. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control if it's legendary. Then it fights target creature an opponent controls. Multani's mind graph for consciousness as Rage itself rebuilt his body. Interesting. Arbor Armament. 1 red. 1 green. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That creature gains reach until end of turn. Huh. Cool. Baloth Gorger. 4 mana for a 4/4 beast. You can kick it for 4. If you do, it comes with 3, so it comes out as a 7/7. Very boring, vanilla, whatever. But hey, Baloths are definitely a part of Magic's history, so that's a good include. 1 green, 1 colorless. Broken Bond. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. I can't bear to see another plane broken before I make my own home whole. I'm sorry, but my watch is over. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Are you actually fucking telling me that Nissa at least has left the fucking Gatewatch? I'm sure they'll bring her right back in. It's like, I can't bear to see another plane broken before I make my home whole. I'm sorry, but my watch... Oh, never mind. Never mind. Because they'll just go, okay, home's whole. Back to the Gatewatch with you, stupid bitch. Ugh. I had hope for a second. Although this is actually a solid card. Doesn't make any sense, though. They just did it like, oh, it's a story spotlight card. Good thing you didn't make it make sense, right? Was their oath? Was the oath they actually took? Oh, yeah, you know what? Oath of Nissa is a green enchantment. This represents destroying it and connecting to land. Never mind. The flavor behind this works. Okay, that's cool. I'm cool with that. But it's still stupid. I hate the fucking Gatewatch. All right. Corrosive Ooze. 1 green, 1 colorless, 2/2. Whenever it blocks or becomes blocked by an equipped creature, destroy all equipment attached to that creature at end of combat. That's flavorful as hell. Nothing tastes finer to an ooze than a priceless family heirloom. Elfheim Druid. 1 green, 1 colorless. Tap to add a green or tap to add 2 green, but only to cast kick spells. That's alright. Fungal Plots. 1 green, 1 colorless. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Sack 2 saplings. You gain 2 life and draw a card. Wow, this is a much better version of Night Soil. I mean, yes, Night Soil can target your opponent's graveyard, but this only requires 1 card and gives you bonuses. This is nice. Gaia's Blessing with really cool artwork. Wow, look at that sword surrounded by vines and everything. I really enjoy this. That artwork is gorgeous. If you don't know what Gaia's Blessing is, target player shuffles up to 3 cards from the graveyard into the library, draw a card. The main secret of Gaia's Blessing, though, is when it goes to your graveyard from your deck, you shuffle your graveyard back into your deck. So this was the answer to fuck up mill decks. This card ruined my blue decks day back in the day. I would millstone people and mill them all their cards. Mill one of these, their entire graveyard goes back into the deck. It's impossible to mill somebody's deck away with Gaia's Blessing. I hate it. You have to find a way to remove it from the game. 1 green, 3 colorless, Gaia's Protector. Must be blocked if able. Oh, okay, so it's got a built-in lure. Fallen Phyrexians were transmuted into elementals by Gaia long ago, but Yavimaya other inhabitants still regard them with unease. Huh, interesting. Gift of Growth. 1 green, 1 colorless. Kicker 2. Untap target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If the spell is kicked, it gets +4/+4 until end of turn instead. Ooh, that artwork is fucking fantastic, man. It certainly gives a size of scope and immensity. Grow from the Ashes. 1 green, 2 colorless, kicker 2. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. If the spell is kicked, instead search for 2 basic lands and put them onto the library. Shuffle. Okay, it's alright. Grun, the Lonely King. Cool. 6 mana for a 5/5. Oh, he's an Ape Lord. He's got a kicker of 3. If he was kicked, he comes out as a 10/10. Whenever he attacks, alone doubles power and toughness until end of turn. Oh, cool. Neat. A gigantic gorilla lord with a warhammer. That's neat. Kamal's Druidic Vow. 2 green and X. Look at the top X cards of your library. You may put a number of land cards under legendary permanents with a converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest into your graveyard. Centuries ago, a barbarian laid his rage to rest. Yeah, that's true. That was a big story moment. That sword, that's Kamal's sword driven into the ground there with the Mirari on the hilt of it. And that Mirari had massive effects on the inhabitants of the Croson Forest, which is basically the forest that Kamal decided he was going to be the protector of. That he was the druid of that forest. Croson Druid. 1 green, 2 colorless. Kicker of 5. If you kick it, you gain 10 life when it comes out. Oh, alright. I like that. You got that nice looking Cyclops. Centaur lady on that verdant cliff lifting up that staff. That looks pretty dope. Llanowar Elves. They look okay. I mean, everyone knows what Llanowars are. 1 green top for a green. Nothing to say much about that. Llanowar Envoy. 2 green, green and 2 colors, I mean. 2 mana. Add a mana of any color to your mana pool. Cherish this world and honor the martyrs who saved it. We too must be prepared to give our lives. What are you talking about? That has nothing to do with your card. Stupid. Alright, Llanowar Scout. 1 green, 1 colorless. Tap. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh, so it's just a more expensive... They've done earlier versions of this that only cost 1 to put out. So this is disappointing shit. Mammoth Spider. 5 mana for a 3/5 with reach. Alright, fair enough. That ties back to the original Giant Spider quite nicely. Marwyn the Nurturer. What are you, honey? 1 green, 2 colorless, 1/1. Whenever another elf enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Marwyn the Nurturer. Add an amount of green equal to Marwyn's power. Midwife to mothers and leader to all. Oh my god, she's holding a kid? That's stupid. That's fucking dumb. Every time a baby comes out, put a +1/+1 counter. How you gonna fire that bow, you stupid cunt? Where you gonna put the fucking baby, you stupid bitch? The Manding of Dominaria. Alright, what do we got here? First 2 abilities. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And third ability, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then shuffle your graveyard into your library. Interesting. Alright, it's all upside. It's cool. It's like a tree sculpture kind of thing. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Multani's back. Alright, 6 mana. Reach and trample. Right on. +1/+1 for every land you have and every land in your graveyard. Oh yeah, he's way better. And for 2 mana, return 2 lands you control to your hand to return him to your hand from your graveyard. Yep, that's alright. Nature Spiral is back with nice new artwork. Return a permanent from your graveyard to your hand for 2. Alright. Pierce the Sky. 1 green, 1 colorless. 7 damage to target creature with flying. Alright, whatever. Primordial Worm. Oh! Oh, this is the Craw Worm! You can tell because it's 6 mana, it's 7/6, and it talks about you can hear its tail thrashing from a mile away. Because it talks about the Craw Worm, you can hear him coming through the forest, reverberating and echoing. That's so fucking cool. That makes me happy. That tickles my nostalgia balls. Alright. Sapling Migration. Green and a colorless, kicker of 4. Create 2 1/1 saplings. If it was kicked, get 4 tokens instead. Okay. Oh, look at this. Song of Freya Elise. You look nice in this. 1 green, 1 colorless. First 2 abilities. Until your next turn, creatures you control gain tapped out of mana of any color. Alright. And the third ability, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain vigilance, trample, and indestructible till end of turn. Yeah, alright. Interesting. I don't know how much potential that has. We'll have to see. Your opponent knows it's coming, which doesn't help. Spore Swarm. 4 mana, create 3 1/1 saplings. Simple enough. Spore Crown Thallid. You look stupid. Thalids look dumb in this set. 1 green, 1 colorless, 2/2. Each other creature you control that's a fungus or sapling gets +1/+1. Dude! Yes! Sapling Lords. I love it. I wish he didn't look stupid. Steel Leaf Champion. 3 green for a 5/4. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. That's fucking strong, honestly. That one's strong. That's the one they gave out at the goddamn, what's it called? Come on, brain. Come on. It's the, derp. Why is it not coming to my brain? What did they give it away for? It wasn't the open house. It was the championship. That's why. For some reason, my brain doesn't want to remember the championship. All right, 1 green, 2 colors. Sylvan Awakening. Until your next turn, all lands you control become 2/2 elemental creatures with reach, indestructible, and haste. They're still lands. Oh, wow. Before, when they made spells that would turn your lands into creatures, they didn't give them any abilities. You just turned them all into 2/2 creatures. I like that it makes them indestructible and haste. You can use a land you've just played. You also don't have to worry about losing any lands from this. That is a much better version of this type of spell. Territorial Allosaurus, a dinosaur. 4 mana for a 5/5, kicker of 3. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it fights another creature. A living remnant of the Ice Age. Yeah, that's a good way to tie it back. It's an Allosaurus, just like the Pygmy Allosaurus. Thorn Elemental is back. Oh, and only uncommon now. 5 mana, 7/7, and it can assign combat damage as if it hadn't been blocked. It's pretty cool. The first law of Yavimaya is that guests may kill only to survive. As fires aren't needed in the warm weather, cutting trees for wood means death. Untamed Kevu, 2/2, kicker of 3, vigilance trample. If it was kicked, it comes out as a 5/5 instead. Alright. Oh, dude, they brought back Verdant Forest. Yeah! Yeah, motherfucker! Fucking right. 8 mana for a 7/7. At the beginning of each upkeep, you get a 1/1 green sapling creature. Hell yeah. And that's each upkeep, not just mine, yours too. Love it. Wild Onslaught. 1 green, 3 colorless, instant, kicker 4. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. If this spell is kicked, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control instead. This card's garbage. Yavimaya Sapherd. Huh. 1 red, 1 green, 2 colorless. Enters the battlefield, get a 1/1 sapling token. Oh, okay. Very simple. Alright, well that wraps up the green. I definitely love me some phthalids, my friends. So, let me know what you think of these cards. Share your thoughts with me. Gotta move on to the next one. We're cranking today. Every day we're cranking it, cranking it. Next video. See you there.
Uncle Morty says, we are the 6th color.
Perp Media, we the best cardboard.